Hello. This is a test to verify that my new webcam works. I've got it hooked up to the computer that I've got my game systems hooked up to. That has my video card, video capture card plugged into it. It's a Windows 7 machine. Ironically, my Linux machine, which is this computer here, a completely separate machine. I'm actually looking at the monitor for my Windows machine, while my Linux machine, which is my primary computer, sits in the background. It's actually better with this camera, even though this camera was designed for use on Windows 7, just because my Linux computer actually has much better credentials, because I built it myself. My Windows machine is an HP. I did not build it. I bought it refurbished. So it's not quite as good. Whereas this thing, I don't know if you can see this up here, this conky up here, but it's displaying all 8 cores and their current use, and all 16 gigabytes of RAM, and how much of that is being used, and all that happy garbage. Anyway, mostly this is to see how well this camera records. Like I said, I already know that the Linux machine records it better. Just I'm waiting actually on an extension cord, a USB extension, to arrive. Just ordered it tonight because the extension cord that I had, is not good. I thought it was good because it charged my phone decently well, but actually what it's doing, it's really, really poor with data transfer. So I didn't know that because obviously a Linux machine, I can't download stuff from my phone onto my Linux machine. But when I plugged my webcam into it, the new webcam, it was a disaster. Whereas if I plugged the webcam directly into the computer, it was fine. And actually, as I said, it performed much better than the Windows 7 machine because the frame rate in HD was phenomenal, whereas the frame rate here in 620 by 480 is just awful. Or 640 by 480, wow. So, hello! My name is Grady. I'm the one who has started the Schizoid Gaming. I don't remember what I called it. Schizoid Gamer, Schizoid Gaming, one of the two, channel. And I said in my test video from yesterday that I would be getting a webcam shortly, and that's what this is. This is me testing the webcam to see how well it does. It's working. We'll see how well it actually records on my Linux box whenever that cable gets here, but that's fine. In the meantime, you know what I look like now, and you know you can match a face to the voice. It looks like I'm residing in a basement, even though you can clearly see shutters behind me, because it's so dark. Because it's actually 4:03 in the morning. That's when I normally record these things, or when I will normally record these things, when I normally play video games, is early in the morning, because I work at an observatory. So I work traditionally second shift, and a lot of times lately I've been working on an observatory in Australia as well. I live in New Mexico, but the observatory is in Australia, so I stay awake until nighttime in Australia, and then do some work in Australia. So, how many times in one sentence can I say the word Australia? I'm also testing to see how well this microphone works. I have no idea. This is the microphone on the webcam. The microphone that I was using is actually this microphone right here. I don't know if you could actually... I can't see it, so I doubt you can. But it's a high-quality condenser microphone I've got a preamp behind me that's sitting on top of my Linux computer, and it records the audio. It actually didn't record very well last night, ironically, but that's because I actually didn't have the settings set correctly in Linux. It was entirely my own fault. So you hear a lot of clipping from last night's episode, and that's why. It's because I didn't set ALSA correctly. Anyway, I was going to say something. I don't remember what I was going to say. This is really just kind of an introduction, and also, as I keep saying, it's a test of the new equipment, because this is new equipment. Whenever I get stuff really properly going, I intend eventually to get a HDMI capture card on this computer as well, the Windows computer. I'm not even going to bother trying to find an HDMI capture card for Linux, because I don't know that there's such a thing, and also because my Linux computer is behind me. All of my consoles are actually behind this monitor here. This monitor is, it's my TV. It's what it is. Let's just call it what it is. It's my TV. So my Win 7 computer is hooked up to my TV for ease of access to my games. When I play games to record them, then I'm just playing them on my TV the way I normally would. Which, I know it's kind of a roundabout way of doing it. I could do all sorts of AV stuff and, hook up the recording software somewhere on my Linux machine, and I could actually do all that. But I really just don't care. I mean, I care, but the effort to do all of that is not necessary because it's working here the way I have it set up. So that's what's important to me, is that it works, and it's working. So I'm not gonna fix what's not broken. I'm really surprised my cat hasn't been upset, 'cause he doesn't like it when I talk to apparently nobody. That's why he was talking a lot yesterday in the Super Mario Brothers video, because he really doesn't like it when I talk to nobody. He assumes I'm talking to him all the time, and so when I don't talk expressly to him, he gets really upset. He's right here cleaning himself, as cats are wont to do, and whatever. Anyway, I was talking about the possibility of hooking up HDMI on this computer. That's why I've called this the Schizoid Gaming, whichever channel, because I'm going to see a psychiatrist about it in a month, because I'll be a new patient. Thanks, Obama. That's a whole nother can of worms. I'm not going to go there on this channel. I don't anticipate going there at all in any of my videos, just because it's such a huge can of worms, and I know people care. I've got my mouse on my lap, that's what I'm reaching for. I know people care, and I have my opinions, and they are strong, but that's not what this channel is about. This channel is about gaming. This channel is about having fun playing video games. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to have fun playing video games! And hopefully I'm entertaining enough that I'm not just playing them for myself. I'll play them for myself because obviously I enjoy these games, but I'm playing them to showcase to the world and to entertain, to have fun, and to interact, because that's another thing. I want to be part of the video game community so bad, but at the same time the video game community is full of so many assholes. So, it's one of those, you're damned if you do, you're damned if you don't. And so I'm going to do, because why the hell not? I can. But anyway, I was talking about Schizoid. I go off on so many tangents, and I'm 10 different places at once. You're going to have to get used to that. I'll start talking about a thing, and then completely forget what I was talking about, go off on another tangent. Like, for example, I was talking about how it looks like... Well, no, I mentioned that, didn't I? I mentioned that it looks like I'm in a basement in the 1970s because of the lighting. But it's actually that it's 4 o'clock in the morning. I've said many, many times. I'm going to try to avoid doing that. I'm not very good at improvisation, and obviously this is not scripted, so I'm kind of just going by the skin of my teeth here. There it is again. Anyway, last night, if you actually watched, you witnessed me play Super Mario Brothers, the original, which really was one of my childhood favorites. It looked like it wasn't, even though it's like I brought it. I played a lot of secrets and did a lot of warp stuff and whatnot. But but then I played really poorly. It wasn't my best attempt, my best effort, and I was mentioning in that video that my controller is a piece of crap. And it is. Let me... Where the hell is it? Hang on. Here we are. This is the controller I was using last night. And you really can't tell because of the lighting. It looks like a normal controller. It's actually yellow. It's just... It is yellow. I actually had to take this apart. I bought this controller non-functional. Okay, so this controller I brought back to life, and I brought back to life by actually fixing it. I'm a repairman, not by, well, kind of by trade. The work I do at the observatory is largely repair work, so I'm largely a repairman at the observatory. But I'm also a repairman of electronics as kind of a hobby. Saying, sorry about that. Like I said, I'm going to try to be better about that. But for example, the NES that I played last night, I bought that non-functional. It wasn't working when it arrived. I fixed it. That controller, it wasn't working when it arrived. I fixed it. I've got, well, you'll see them later. You'll see the games later. But I've got some other old systems that the system itself, all of them were bought functioning, but the controllers were not functional, and again, I fixed them, I repaired them. This is going to be a pet peeve of mine that I keep saying, Anyway, what I was going to say is, of the consoles that I have, 2 use HDMI, or are HD consoles, and those are, I've got a Wii U, and I've got a PS3, and they are both presently hooked up to my television for HDMI, so I can play them, but obviously I don't have an HDMI capture card on my computer. When I do get an HDMI capture card, I'm going to start doing videos for those consoles, and also I'm going to start doing top 10 videos, because a lot of the top 10... I've started writing up top 10 lists, because I know that's... I actually really enjoy watching top 10 lists, so it inspired me. I'm also a writer, and it was like, oh, sure, let's just go ahead and do that. So I've written up a list of, well, several lists of top 10 games for various things, and eventually when I get that HDMI card bought and here and working, verified working, there's a bug in here, when that is here and it's working, I can start getting gameplay footage for games on those consoles. So I could start doing the top 10 videos, and also so I could start making videos in general, gameplay videos for those consoles. In the meantime, I've got plenty of other consoles that will actually work on this video card. That, composite, obviously, because that's what I was playing last. Well, you may not know that the original NES could actually output composite video. It was something very unusual and rather forward-thinking for its time. The NES was the only console that I can think of from the era that it could actually output composite video. The Master System might have been able to. I don't remember. I actually never owned a Master System. I own a converter for the Master System, for the Sega Genesis, so I can play Master System games now. But I've never owned a Master System. Anyway, back from that tangent. So I can play composite games, or composite video games, and then I can also play RF video games. So, for example, I've got an Atari 2600 that I will be playing. The video output of that one is really bad, so it'll look awful, but it's an Atari 2600. They all looked awful. I could convert it, but, well, actually I might convert it in the near future. It's one of those things that I don't like converting things. I like repairing things to functional to how they were when they first came out. Converting things is bringing them up to a modern standard, which I don't like doing. I actually don't. It's something I don't like to do. I would rather use modern systems, modern equipment to do that kind of thing, as opposed to modifying a vintage system for that. So it just, I don't know. I might just to get better quality video from it, but I kind of don't want to. I can. I don't want to. The other one is the Atari 5200, which is the controller that I had to repair. If you've had any experience with an Atari 5200, you know those controllers die right now, and when they die, you're boned. you either replace the controller or you repair the controller, and of course, the system having been out for over 30 years, it's almost impossible to replace the controller. You just have to repair it. So that's what I did. And its output is actually really good. It's just also on the other side of the room. It's a huge, huge behemoth of a console. I mean, literally, it's about this big. And there's just no other place for it besides on the floor on the other side of the room right now. I've got plans in the works to get it a little bit closer to here, but the cables are only about 10 feet long, and it's about 10 feet from me. So it's like I'm going to have to bend over and play like this, and it just... Eventually I will be doing videos for that system as well. Actually, that system is the system that made me want to do this whole thing in the first place, because so few people actually play the Atari 5200 ever in the history of video gaming. It was critically panned across the board, and I actually really enjoy it. I'm one of the few people who really, really likes the Atari 5200. I think it's a unique console, and considering what it was capable of, it's actually a really, really neat system. Just nobody plays it at all, ever. Nobody ever played it. But that's a story for another time. This is now 15 minutes... Oh, no, it's 18 minutes long. There's a timer right there. This is 19 minutes now. Ugh. I've been rambling for 19 straight... There he is. There's the cat. Hi. It's hard to tell in this lighting. He's not black. He's what people call blue. Are you going to come over here? Are you going to come over here? Come here. Come here. No? Okay. He's going to lay down in the armrest. That's fine. He's allowed. You're wondering about this cup? I went to town earlier tonight. I live an hour from Alamogordo. Yes, that Alamogordo, New Mexico, the one that just recently got all the press for, oh my god, they buried E.T. there. I don't... It was neat, but people already fucking knew about it. Everyone in Alamogordo was already aware that the Atari games, consoles, etc. were buried there. They knew. It wasn't that long ago. And it wasn't even just Alamogordo. The New York Times reported on it when it happened in 1982 or 1983. One of the two. I don't remember. I wasn't here when it happened. I was born and raised in Cincinnati, Ohio in 1985. I wasn't even alive when it happened, so I don't know. But, anyway, enough about me. I've rambled for 20 minutes now, and, cat's upset. What? Are you done? Okay. You're alright. He's tired too. And he wants attention. So I'm gonna sign off. Like I said, I've been rambling for 21 minutes, and that's more than long enough for me. You'll find out what video I play, or what game I play next, because it'll upload next. I actually don't know what I'm going to play next. I've been thinking about it for a while. The cat's still crying at me. Hi. I've been thinking about it for a little while, ever since last night. Originally, I was going to play Shadowgate first for the NES, because it's a really fun game, and it's really funny. There he is. Come here. Come here. Come here. Come here. No. Okay. I was going to play Shadowgate because it's a fun game and it's funny, and I was going to go through and get all the deaths. But it's actually impressively difficult to get all the deaths in Shadowgate. I tried. And, not that it's impossible, I can easily do it. It just, unless you have a script right in front of you, you forget. And I just, it feels bad to have a scripted gameplay like that, you know? Hey. Now he's down here, the cat. He jumped down and he's at my feet. But, what? I don't think I'm going to do Shadowgate. I will probably do Shadowgate eventually in the future at some point. But I kind of don't want to do another NES game. I kind of want to play, well, I've got plenty of NES games, but I kind of want to play, something else. Something on another system. I'm just not sure what, because I've got all these systems, and I really want to play them, but I just don't know what to play. And then I've got, the other system that will work to an extent. Oh, there he is. Hi. Hi. Oh. Anyway, you'll find out. I'll find out. I'll grab a game off the shelf and we'll play it, and it'll be good. Until then, I'm going to stop rambling, and until next time, as I said in my previous video, and I will probably sign off with all of my other videos. Actually, before I say it, I will go ahead and give the traditional spiel. I'm not being paid by YouTube for anything. I'm not getting any YouTube ad revenue or anything right now. But even so, if you would like to see more from me, if you'd like to, just see more from me for whatever reason, go ahead and subscribe, like my videos if you want, if you think they're particularly good for whatever reason. I'm going to try to be entertaining. This was not an attempt to be entertaining. It was just me rambling, and really I'm trying to test out my webcam. But, if you have a particular video game you want to see from me, tell me. Write a comment in this video or in any of my videos, or right on my page. I don't care. Now that everything's integrated with Google+, which Google is starting to finally realize that was a bad idea, but now that everything's integrated with Google+, you can write a comment on my Google+ page, and I'll read it at some point. If you've got video game suggestions, like I said, tell me. I'll look for it. If I don't have it already, I'll look for it. Excuse me. I was just in down. This is a Taco Bell cup, if you can't tell. I was just down. I'm going to stop rambling now. So subscribe if you want to subscribe and watch more of my videos where I screw around playing video games. Like my videos if you like them. Leave a comment, because it's just nice to hear what people think. If you think I'm a grade A asshole, tell me. I'll do what I can to fix that. I don't care. And until next time, keep the 4th, drink the 8th, and whichever one it is, don't smoke the 12th. Good night, everybody.